It is a mid-season matchup between a pair of Eastern Conference teams trying to get their feet underneath them as Sporting JAX host Brooklyn FC here at Hodges Stadium in a game presented by Ascension St. Vincent's. Hello everybody, Cole Pepper here at Hodges Stadium. And this is a matchup of a couple of teams who have met once before, a game that was truncated because of weather. And both teams now starting to figure it out as the midway point of the season has passed. Let's take a look back at what happened on Wednesday night for Sporting JAX, taking on the defending champion Pittsburgh Riverhounds. And Sporting JAX, after falling down 1-0, came back with a pair of goals, including this one off the shoulder of Kieran Sadlier. And then later in the half, Edgardo Rito finding his way to Ahmad Alcock, whose ball deflects in to make it a 2-1 Sporting JAX victory. Now, Emerson Burris, the question is, what's next?
Well, Cole, on Wednesday, Sporting JAX finally marked off a milestone they've been chasing for months, their first USL Championship victory against the defending champions, Pittsburgh Riverhounds. I caught up with midfielder Kieran Sadlier after the big win, and he said, "We've had some tough games, and this was much needed tonight." He added, "We finally got this off our back. Now it's time to turn a corner and hopefully get some more wins." And that's the exact mindset headed into tonight's game against this Brooklyn FC team. Sporting JAX finally has their first win. Now it's time to turn the breakthrough from Wednesday into momentum for tonight. Cole?
All right, thank you very much, Emerson. Now let's take a look at our Adidas players to watch, and we'll start with the wide player for Sporting JAX, Edgardo Rito, who absolutely carved up Pittsburgh on Wednesday night. He is a veteran in this league. He has pace, he has technical ability, and now that he's 90 minutes fit, he's really making an impact on the game for Sporting JAX. The last time these two sides met, in May, Brooklyn got off to a hot start, working down the left side in particular. A pair of early goals for Brooklyn. Sporting JAX, though, came back. Tyshawn Rose with what would be the goal of the week that week in the USL Championship. And Kieran Sadlier, the patience, laid it off. And Rafferty Petter putting it away. It was 2-2 at that point in the 78th minute when the rains came. Lightning came as well, and the game ended in a 2-2 draw. For Brooklyn, their player to watch is the youngster C.J. Olney. He was recently named as the midseason Young Player of the Year in the USL Championship. He has a couple of goals, 4 assists, and the 19-year-old is already making a name for himself in this league. We'll check out the starting 11s and preview this match straight ahead. Sporting JAX hosting Brooklyn FC here at Hodges Stadium after this. For more than 150 years, Ascension St. Vincent's has delivered award-winning compassionate care across Northeast Florida with 4 hospitals, primary care offices, urgent care centers, and freestanding emergency departments throughout the region. From everyday wellness to advanced specialty care, including heart, cancer, orthopedics, brain and spine surgery, and women's health, we're here for you when you need us most. Get the care you count on, close to home. Learn more at ascension.org/St. Vincent's.
Make Honda of the Avenues your first stop for award-winning customer service and world-class Honda vehicles. Our inventory is larger than ever, which means we have the perfect Honda waiting for you. Plus, at Honda of the Avenues, we always put our customers first, making the car buying experience fun, fast, and easy. You'll always find great deals on our huge selection of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, all prepped and ready for a test drive. Come see just how different car buying can be at Honda of the Avenues today. Stop by or shop from home at HondaoftheAvenues.com. Proud sponsor of Sporting JAX.
All right, Chunky Punky, you're gonna love these jammies I just got for you.
I just got cash back on all of this makeup.
You know we can use Price.com in store?
I just grabbed those shoes I've been eyeing.
Can't forget our protein powder.
Just a little something for you, babe.
You win.
Professional men's soccer is back in Jacksonville. Sporting JAX is competing nationally in the USL Championship, bringing world-class pro soccer back to the First Coast at UNF's Hodges Stadium. It's pro soccer that's pro JAX.
Secure your seats now from just $10. Call 904-863-KICK or visit sportingjax.com. Secure your seats. Sporting Jax is back at home August 15th. Get your tickets now.
Today's game in the USL Championship is brought to you by Ascension St. Vincent's, Adidas, Honda of the Avenues, Price.com, and Sunbelt Rentals. Here are the starting 11s. Starting first with the home side, Sporting JAX. Ahmad Alcock getting the start up top after he came on in the game against Pittsburgh on Wednesday. Kieran Sadlier starts on the bench. We expect to see him as the game unfolds. Also note that Sporting JAX getting a second consecutive start from Danny Wilson as a center back. Now the starting 11s for the Brooklyn FC coming to town for the second time this year. They will line up like this, missing a couple of key attacking players. Abdullah Kante is injured. Stefan Stojanovic is on a red card. So Brooklyn has a different look coming into this matchup. Ready to kick off, and we welcome in next to me here in the broadcast booth, Adam Luckhurst, Sporting JAX forward, dealing with an injury right now. But Adam, good to have you in the booth for this one. What are you expecting?
Yeah, honestly, really excited to be here to start off, but expecting a pretty open game. I think just with so much on the line, I think it's going to be very back and forth, but we'll see how it unfolds.
This is a very important game for both sides who are trying to find their way to get into a position where they can make a charge for one of those last playoff spots. There is still plenty of time to go in this season, and it might sound unusual to say for a Sporting JAX team who just got their first win, but you can make a charge, you can make a move here in the USL Championship. Brooklyn in a similar position, coming in with 3 victories, 11th in the Eastern Conference. Brooklyn feels like if they can get this victory, that will set them up to make a push perhaps for the 7th or 8th spot in the Eastern Conference. Brooklyn coming off a loss at Rhode Island FC in Prinks Tire's USL Cup play last Saturday. Rhode Island won 4-3 on penalties after the match ended 1-1 in regulation, despite Rhode Island playing with 10 men for most of the second half. But prior to that, Brooklyn won their 3rd game of the USL Championship season, 2-0 at Pittsburgh, with goals from C.J. Olney in the 49th and Conte in the second half stoppage time. Conte went out in the 25th minute against Rhode Island. As mentioned, he is not available tonight. Here's one over the top. Marcus Anderson and J.C. Obregon playing up top. Chance to make a move on it, but it will be out for a Sporting JAX goal kick. Let's talk about the keys to the game here. First, for Sporting JAX, Adam, it's got to be about building on the success of Wednesday night.
100%. I think momentum was built from that game, and I think they just got to keep pushing and get the most they can out of this game tonight.
See Jake McGuire, goalkeeper, got the start on Wednesday night because Christian Oliveras, who had been the starting goalkeeper, temporarily recalled on his loan from St. Louis City, is expected to come back at some point for Sporting JAX, but for now, good to have the veteran McGuire ready to go. And he'll come out off his line to field this one with his feet. Keys for Brooklyn, try to find some goals. This is a side that's had a hard time scoring this year.
Oh, 100%. I think goals win games, but conceding. Oh, here goes Ahmad.
An opportunity for Ahmad Alcock. Got spun around in the box. Jaskalainen tried to come to it. Neville now, through ball. And right out in front, and there's the goal. In the opening 3 minutes, Sporting JAX jumps on top. Emil Jaskalainen throws in the celebration, and Sporting JAX up 1-0. We'll talk about gathering the momentum and continuing it from the win. Well done all around for Sporting JAX. Take a look at the replay here. Alcock doing a good job just to maintain it. Then Neville's through ball set this thing up.
Yeah, great awareness from Ahmad right there. And then another great run from Emil.
Aishan Rose the assist. So Emil Jaskalainen puts Sporting JAX on top in the early stages. And a little Cristiano Ronaldo.
Gotta love that.
Gaskelainen with the goal for Sporting JAX in the 3rd minute. And we'll see if Sporting JAX can continue to grab the momentum. And just as in the first meeting between these two sides, Tyshawn Rose playing a role in giving Sporting JAX an opportunity. He scored a goal against Brooklyn in the first meeting. Here, he sets up the first goal for Sporting JAX. The sun could play a factor. You can see the shadows creeping across the field here in the first half. And on balls that are hit diagonally over to that side, we've already seen a couple of players shielding their eyes against the setting sun, setting behind the stands here at Hodges Stadium. And Edwards will take the free kick from just beyond the halfway line. This one is kicked aside by Marcus Anderson. Wasn't giving ground. Nabil Bensala is the referee. Edwards will try it again. Lifts it over the top. Gaskelainen, little flick on header. Alcock was going the other way. Lucas Burns grabs it for Brooklyn. Jackson Lee had started 7 of the previous games for Brooklyn. Burns making his 6th start in goal for the visitors. In the midfield. Long ball over the top, easily handled by McGuire. Talked about Brooklyn's challenges in scoring goals. Sporting JAX has done a decent job in terms of goals scored, 21 goals scored. The defense had been the bugaboo, thus some roster changes that have occurred as the season has played out. A number of veteran defenders have been added to the side, including Venturo Alvarado, who is on the bench for the first time in this game. Brooklyn coming forward, Rocco Romeo. Out wide to the veteran Thomas McNamara, 35 years old. Taken away by Edgardo Rito. Rito on the move, sending one ahead. Gaskelainen, can he get there in time? Yes, just in time to keep it in. It'll be a Sporting JAX throw as Gaskelainen got tangled up with the assistant referee on the near side, making that run.
Yeah, Rito had Ahmad wide open on that ball as well. He would have been one-on-one with the keeper if he saw him.
Rito ready to trigger it in. Now Akwe. Jordan Rossiter. Now Danny Wilson, new addition. Here's Rose again. Tyshawn Rose cutting it inside. From distance with a left foot. And that one looked like it got second life about halfway there and just took off and sailed past Lucas Burns.
Yeah, that was a very similar spot to the last time these teams met, so.
Take another look. Rose finding some space for himself. That ball just absolutely hammered. See it knuckling there. But it remains 1-0 Sporting JAX. Talked about some of the new additions as this flag is up for offside. Emerson Burris now with more on one of the newest additions on the back line for Sporting JAX.
Well, Cole, one of the newest faces in blue is veteran defender Danny Wilson, and he brings quite the resume. He's played for Rangers, Liverpool, 6 seasons with the Colorado Rapids in MLS, and has represented Scotland on the international stage. Now, hang with me here. We had Tim Howard on the Sporting Pod, our podcast, and knowing Tim played alongside Danny in Colorado, I reached out to him this week to get his thoughts. He had nothing but great things to say, calling Danny a true professional and saying he'll be a tremendous addition to Sporting JAX back line. When I sat down with Danny, he told me his goal is simple: bring organization, leadership, and all that experience to a young Sporting JAX squad as they look to build on that first league win.
I like the Tim Howard endorsement on the move. Well done, Emerson. And Wilson knows nothing but wins with Sporting Jacks. So we have throw for Sporting Jacks. Rito again into Wahab Akwe. Yaskalainen headed to Alcock. Out wide now once again for Tyshawn Rose. Sporting Jacks on the front foot. Cut all the way across. Again into the middle and in. There's a second goal for Sporting Jacks in the opening 10 minutes. Emil Yaskalainen getting it done on a Saturday in Jacksonville.
Yeah, that was a great ball by Rito. I think Ahmad might have got the last touch, but we'll see on the replay.
Yeah, both of them were in the area. And Rito, who we picked out early on, this was Juan Kuzain finding it, but Rito, one touch and then swings it in. It was Ahmad Alcock.
Great finish.
Both of them in the area. And Alcock able to redirect it. So it's 2-0 Sporting Jacks. And you couldn't ask for a more emphatic response to the question, would the momentum continue? It absolutely has.
It'll be interesting to see how this next few minutes pans out, because it'll be so pivotal for either side.
See how Brooklyn responds after going down 2-0 before the 10-minute mark. This one over the top. Handled by Rocco Romeo. Here's Thomas Van Kayazeel. Former Tampa Bay Rowdy.
It'll be interesting to see if Brooklyn try to slow this game down, because it's been very direct. A lot of long balls, a lot of back and forth. And Sporting Jacks is definitely the better team right now.
And the pace has seemed to favor the style that Sporting Jacks likes to play. We've seen a number of occasions this year where one side or another has gone up early and then the other side comes back. Sporting Jacks has been on both sides of that equation. Here's So Nishikawa. Throw coming for Brooklyn. I mentioned some of the struggles in scoring goals. Brooklyn did score 5 in a Franks Tires USL Cup matchup with Portland Hearts of Pine. But aside from that, you have to go back to April 11th in a 3-0 victory over Charleston Battery to find a game where Brooklyn scored more than a couple of goals in a win. They'll have to do it here if they want to come back in Jacksonville. Ball played out wide. Kuzain playing it out wide for Rito. Back to the middle for Jordan Rossiter. Seemed to get kicked by McNamara when he went down. No whistle. Akwe again going over the top. Kuzain, offside flag is up.
Yeah, Brooklyn have done a much better job of getting McNamara in the game, and that'll be very important for them.
Enter the Franks Tires USL Cup Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth up to $2,000. Scan the QR code on your screen and enter today. Brooklyn looking for an opportunity to respond. Yet to challenge in terms of the attack. Play it back to Romeo. Now out wide to Nishikawa. Down the left side. Battle between Akwe and Obregon. Now out beyond the D and a little over-ambitious on that attempt. Then Kayazil coming up forward from the center back position. Eyes getting big when he saw the ball coming his way right out in front. There is Jake McGuire. "12-year professional. Over 100 USL Championship appearances. Making his second USL Championship start for Sporting Jacks today. Did start in the Prince Tires USL Cup competition as well. Here's Neville coming forward now. Dispossessed for the moment. Rose picks it up. He continues the run. Tyshawn Rose. It will be a corner kick. A couple of the Sporting Jacks players looking to see if maybe that would have been a card, but looked like a clean tackle. Pretty clean from here.
Great tackle.
So a corner coming for Sporting Jacks. Jacksonville does have a size advantage, particularly with the back line, so we'll see if that comes into play on corner kicks and set pieces. Sent in, headed by Wilson. Kicked away before it got to the keeper, and kept in by Brooklyn. Now a chance on a run out for the visitors. McGuire right there for the save. Olney had the shot there, but McGuire had it read perfectly. As you mentioned, Adam, this has been largely a game where the opportunities have come from direct approaches rather than slow, methodical build-ups.
100%. I think Brooklyn's done a better job of slowing the game down and getting into pockets, but their one shot came from wide play, very direct, so we'll see how it continues over the next couple minutes.
Nishikawa dispossessed a moment ago by Rito. Those two having a bit of a battle. Now Nishikawa swings one in. The header up over the top and wide. Once again, Olney in the mix for Brooklyn. Have a look at it here. So Nishikawa.
Great ball.
Rose may have impacted that just a bit by his position defensively. And Olney, the former USU 17 player, doesn't quite get the head down. Jaskalainen was grabbed. It'll be a free kick for Sporting Jacks. Those who have watched Sporting Jacks for a while may note a new addition to the kit. Unisport, adorned as the front of kit sponsor this week, making the debut on the Sporting Jacks blue. Long ball across the field, too high for Rito and into the bench area for Brooklyn. Here's a look at it. 18th minute, Sporting Jacks with a pair of goals in the opening 10 minutes. Emil Jaskalainen in the 3rd minute. 7 minutes later, Ahmad Al-Kak. And a free kick coming for Brooklyn here. See J.C. Obregon. Definitely a physical force up front. A couple of years ago, a season ago, was the Golden Boot winner in the USL League One rankings. Brooklyn, Adam, just as you mentioned, slowing it down here, trying to find an opportunity to go forward. Sporting Jacks with a bit of pressure.
Yeah, the more this game opens up, I think it'll favor Sporting Jacks. So if Brooklyn can get a hold on it now, I think it'll benefit them throughout the course of the 90 minutes.
Marlon LeBlanc trying to find the right tactic.
Yeah, and as you can see that McNamara is dropping deep to get on the ball, just have any effect on the game. So we'll see how that progresses. But I think just getting him on the ball will give them will create chances for Brooklyn.
Kuzain went down on the challenge of Nishikawa. Play continues. Ball ahead, headed back by Rocco Romeo. Now Rito comes to it for Sporting JAX. And he earns a free kick right along the sideline. We talked about the importance of this game to these two squads and why it is important. Obviously for Sporting JAX, after waiting half a season for a win, to finally get one on Wednesday night, you want to keep that good taste in your mouth. Brooklyn also, in their first year in USL Championship, they've had a little better early success. We mentioned the victory against Charleston. They opened with a win against Indy 11, but only one other win since then for Brooklyn. So while they're trying to find their way within the league, they beat Pittsburgh on the 4th of July. That was a potential momentum builder for Brooklyn. But finding themselves down 2-0 here changes the narrative for the first-year squad. Long pass to Nishikawa.
I think just you explaining some of those results just shows how competitive the USL Championship is and how any team can come out and win any night. So
now there's no doubt this is such a league of parity, a game of fine margins and a league of fine margins, as Obregon goes down to the challenge of Ryan Edwards. And now they try a quick start. Referee Nabil Ben Salah wasn't ready for it. One moment can change a game. We've seen that. Sometimes it's one player, but often it's just a moment. See the numbers early on here. More possession for Brooklyn. It hasn't been as aggressive possession. Both shots on target for Sporting JAX found the net. So here's Obregon. Nishikawa also lining it up. Obregon takes it, and it's well over the top. When you're down 2-0 and you get a set piece in that kind of a situation, it's almost a given that somebody's going to try to half the lead. Obregon got under it too much. Eskalainen's header. Rito gets a touch to it. Here's Juan Kuzain. He's got Alcock in the middle with Rito also making a run. Juan Kuzain tries to cross it. It's cut off by Brooklyn and then sent back the other way. Rockway able to save it for the moment. Comes back to it for Sporting JAX. Out wide now for Rito. Offside flag up. But you can see the difference that Rito makes when the ball's at his feet.
Oh, he's a difference maker. His speed, his technical ability, he's just one of those guys that you back going one-on-one against anyone in the league.
And he doesn't back down from it either. He's got that physical presence. Little chip into the box. Danny Wilson back for it for Sporting JAX. Alcock. Jaskalainen. Play a little 1-2. Now out wide once again for Rito. Rito invites the pressure. Sends it back to Akwe. Juan Kuzain is down upfield for Sporting JAX. Nobody's noticed yet. Kuzain still on the deck. Beg your pardon, it was Alcock. He's back up now. Play continues. Neville. Once again, Alcock is knocked down. Appealing for a whistle, doesn't get it. Turn to the CBS Sports Network on Wednesday, July 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern for a Western Conference Championship showdown. Surging Lexington SC face battle-tested Oakland Roots SC in an on-field tussle for valuable points. Catch all the action on CBS Sports Network, July the 22nd. If you have turned in to CBS Sports Network to see Sporting Jacks play, you will not have been disappointed. Plenty of entertainment. A 4-4 draw against San Antonio earlier in the season, and then Wednesday night's first club victory in league play. And now, pausing for the hydration break. We'll keep it right here. And let's ask about the hydration break from somebody who's played here professional soccer. We've seen it in the World Cup now. We've seen it in some other international competitions. What do you make of the hydration breaks?
Yeah, in the World Cup, I think it's... I understand that it has to be a requirement for every game in the tournament, but I think it's kind of funny sometimes when they're playing in AC stadiums and indoors. I think it definitely disrupts the style of the game, just how it's played, and having technical timeouts. As you can see, both teams go over tactics right now. And it definitely slows the game down, but on a night like tonight, I mean, it's very hot down there, so I do understand it, but it's disruptive, and just growing up playing your whole life not having them and then having them, it is definitely different, and you have to get used to it, but it's also a momentum changer. I mean, you as you can see in the World Cup, teams come out of the hydration breaks ready to go, and it just completely shifts the game, so it'll be interesting to see how that affects tonight's game.
In some regards, it has created better soccer. Maybe not as balanced soccer as we're used to, but the hydration break when it's 90 degrees at kickoff and it feels like 96 or something, you understand the need here in the state of Florida. Sporting Jacks will next be back home August the 15th, almost a month from now, as Jacksonville will take on Indy 11, a 7 o'clock kickoff. Broadcast live on Channel 4 locally. For tickets, go to sportingjacks.com, call 904-863-KICK, or use the QR code on your screen and come out to Hodges Stadium for the next home match for Sporting Jacks. Sporting Jacks' schedule is a bit sparse coming up. Next week at El Paso Locomotive, then back home to train, and then another cross-country trip to take on Sacramento Republic for Liam Fox's squad. That's August the 1st. Off August 8th before the home game against Indy 11. And who knows what the standings might look like by then. Jake McGuire. Come out and grab it. Just take a look at Liam Fox, the Scotsman. Said it was equal parts celebration and relief on Wednesday night to get the first victory. Headed ahead, Rito, little one-touch, Jaskalainen. Zane making the run. He was onside but couldn't get to it. Most of the attacking has started down the right side for Sporting Jacks in this matchup. No surprise that that's where Edgardo Rito was setting up as a wide midfield player. We've seen Rito line up as a forward, as a midfielder, and as a defender in his time in Jacksonville. Versatile and always dangerous. You talk about some of the outstanding performances we've seen out of Sporting Jacks this year. We mentioned Rito. We talked about Christian Oliveras, who's leading the league in saves as a goalkeeper. Kieran Sadlier has been piling up the goals as well. So if Sadlier comes off the bench today, might see more of the same. The individual accomplishments have been there game to game. So often it's just been, again, as we talked about, a moment that has betrayed Sporting Jacks this year. Rocco Romeo standing over it, making his 4th start of the season for Brooklyn. Van Kayazil sends it forward to the right and out for a throw for the visitors. These two sides will also meet again in Brooklyn in late August. Once again, Brooklyn trying to set something up with possession. Ishikawa tried to send it through. Jordan Rossiter there to send it aside. Van Kayazil. Trying to get it to Obregon. Sent away. Once again, Brooklyn will reset. Shadows continue to creep across the field at Hodges Stadium. This one swung in, easily sent away by Ryan Edwards. And a handball called on Jaskalainen on the ball that popped up on Emil. Half an hour through, Sporting JAX with goals from Jaskalainen and Ahmad Alcock in the opening 10 minutes. We'll see Nishikawa and Olney both backing over it. Nishikawa with the left foot would be an in-swinger. Said it's Olney with the right foot. Headed away by Jaskalainen. We have seen all season long, whether it's in the attack or otherwise, Jaskalainen absolutely fearless in the air. Rossiter whistled for the foul. Not sure why he's arguing his case. Looked pretty clear from here.
Yeah, that was careless from Jordan.
No card coming from Nabil Ben Salah, referee. So again, a free kick from a little further away now on the far side. And after all that, goal kick coming for Sporting JAX. Ishikawa never challenged the keeper. But we know that the heat could be a factor here for Sporting JAX and for Brooklyn. Jacksonville, of course, living in it, you get a little more of an edge. Not that it's been crisp in the boroughs, but if either side is going to be affected by the heat, you would think it would be Brooklyn rather than Jacksonville. We'll see as the game plays out if that becomes the case. Alcock gets it off to Tyshawn Rose. Rose to Alcock. Shouldered off the ball. And a free kick coming for Sporting JAX. Alcock is taking a bit of a beating here in the first half. We've talked about his story. He decided to forego dental school to continue his pro career. Palestine International. Zane couldn't win the 50-50 ball, and it's back to the feet of Lucas Burns, the former Providence College star. You like what you've seen so far, Adam?
Yeah, I think to start off so hot from Sporting JAX, you couldn't expect it, or you couldn't ask for anything more. But as this game slows down, I think Brooklyn are starting to find pockets in front of the back line, and I think it's starting to favor them more and more.
Oh, and now Rito is down. That is maybe the top of the list of players you don't want to see dealing with an injury right now for Sporting JAX.
Oh, it looked like he grabbed the back of his knee, hamstring area.
And now they're waving on the training staff. And Edgardo Rito, who has been such a force basically since he arrived in Jacksonville, but especially as he's gotten 90 minutes fit. At this point, you would hope hamstring and nothing worse, but there was a quick call for the physios from Ryan Edwards. See the concern on the face of Liam Fox. Let's see if we can pick anything up on the replay. There he is chasing after that long ball, and something just tightened up right there. So hopefully nothing more than a hamstring, but we know that the hamstrings can linger. So far, nobody has gone to sub in. And Fox trying to assess the severity of the injury.
It looked like the trainer just motioned for a sub, so I don't think Rito's going to be able to carry on. It looks like Raheem Summersall is heading over.
So you'll put in a more defensive-minded interior midfielder, a guy who's tended to play that way anyway.
I think this will shift Harvey out to right back.
You would think. There's Raheem Summersall, St. Kitts and Nevis international. And the good news is that Rito is walking on his own. But his day is done after just over half an hour. See him telling Harvey Neville what he felt. So that will be a question to be answered during the week as Sporting JAX prepares for a couple of cross-country flights. And it's Summersall coming in for Rito. And Neville will indeed go to that right wing position. Summersall will play more interiorly along with Jordan Rossiter.
Number 12, Edgardo Rito. That substitution presented by Pepsi. There's no substitute for Pepsi.
We've seen Neville and his ability to go forward and distribute. And this will be a throw for Sporting JAX. Harvey's been very comfortable in that role. Trying to get it to Jaskalainen. Neville steps back to it. Tried to get it into the middle for Alcock, who got it away. Now here's Jaskalainen into the box. Jaskalainen, kick save by Burns. So a good opportunity for Sporting JAX there, and an excellent save by Burns.
Great save. Yeah, Harvey gives it a whole different look on the side.
Jaskalainen pops one up. Alcock battling for position. Pulled down to the box. No foul. And Brooklyn will try to counter. Alcock can't believe it. Olney, long diagonal for J.C. Obregon. And he missed it as he saw Akwe bearing down on him. The action started to heat up here. Take a look at the save by Lucas Burns against Jaskalainen. Got the foot to it. And you can see Alcock, this is why he wanted the foul. He can make the case. Didn't get it. 7 minutes plus stoppage time remaining here in the first half. Sporting JAX with a pair of goals in the opening 10 minutes. Hold that two-zip lead. And this one spoiled away by Brooklyn. Obregon steps in front of this one. A takeaway for Brooklyn. Obregon into the box, cuts it back, and just high and wide as McNamara was screaming down the middle of the pitch. Sporting JAX avoids danger there. But Obregon here read this thing perfectly all the way. While Sporting JAX was tracking back, McNamara came in unmarked.
It's a big chance. The next goal in this game will be so important.
Alcock with pressure. Edwards back to it for Sporting JAX. Will just body away and allow the goal kick coming now for Jake McGuire. One of the things that's happened with some of the roster moves for Sporting JAX, they have become a more veteran, especially on the backside, with McGuire in there now for Oliveras while he's on loan. Danny Wilson and Edwards at the center back positions, both veterans. So much more likely to be measured in their pace in certain situations. Here's Kuzain, out wide for Harvey Neville. Neville closed off by Romeo. Now Edwards got a foot to it, and Wilson then skies one ahead. Kuzain, strong challenge there. Neville's got it. Is there another one in Sporting JAX here before halftime arrives? Ackway back to Edwards. He'll send it back to Jake McGuire. Here's Tyshawn Rose. One of the things that Liam Fox has talked about really constantly throughout the season, but especially here with some of the roster moves, is bringing more competition into camp at every position. And to have somebody like Harvey Neville who could move over, not a one-for-one swap out with Rito, but somebody who certainly can make something happen in the attack, is one of those examples. Same on the back line. And when players get healthy, they can make a difference up front as well.
Couldn't agree with you more.
This is the guy trying to fight back from the injury. McGuire went back for it, and McGuire's holding the ball. Olney's going as if it's a corner kick, and it is. They'll go short with it. Brooklyn couldn't get it through. When you have that competition in training every day, it can't help but make you better.
100%.
And a corner coming for Brooklyn. Now a goal kick coming for Sporting JAX. This one takes a bounce. Summersall got a head to it. Edwards. Alcock chesting it over to Tyshawn Rose. Rose releasing Alcock forward. Here's Ahmad on the run. Trying to get to it. Just couldn't quite get there in time. And Ackway well positioned to intercept that one. Pressure coming from Brooklyn. Wire gets it away toward Rose. And there's a bump and a whistle. See Rose, as you see those numbers, it's been around 59-60% possession for Brooklyn most of this game. Sometimes possession turns into dangerous moments. We've seen a few from Brooklyn, but those 2 early goals from Sporting JAX have really set the tone.
And I think the better opportunities outside of that has also come from Sporting JAX.
Burns will play it ahead to Romeo. As we near the final minute of regulation time, we will have some amount of stoppage time, the goals, injury, and hydration break. We've seen with games with hydration break, 7, 8, 9 minutes of stoppage time is not unusual. So plenty of soccer still to be played here before the interval. McGuire just waits for Obregon to come up to him. Gascalainen a header. Summersall comes to it. Now there's Neville. Summersall making a run. Raheem Summersall. Neville making an inside cut. Instead it's Cousin. Now back to Rossiter. Sporting JAX now looks to set something up. Danny Wilson. A wild pass back to him. Has to retreat to collect it. Six minutes of stoppage time coming here at the end of the first half. Here's Summersall. Wheeling and then back to the keeper. Will we see another goal here in the 6 minutes allotted of stoppage time? Sporting JAX would not be displeased to go in up 2-0. Remember, Brooklyn had a 2-0 lead on Jacksonville the first time these two sides played here at Hodges Stadium. Sporting JAX came back to score a couple, and then Lightning came and cut the game short by almost 15 minutes. Brooklyn very deliberate. Tried to get it over the top. Well defended by Sporting JAX. Marcus Anderson was out there. Anderson has 5 goals on the year, but he's missed some time with injury and hasn't been much of a factor in this game today. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Neville's header tried to release Cousin. Now Brooklyn, McNamara. And he was fought off the ball by Rossiter. It's a good matchup of a couple of veteran players. Neville. Rossiter and his boots up.
I understand, but somebody's got to be able to see a foul, bro.
For McNamara. McNamara wanting a card. So far, referee Nabil Ben Salah has been letting them play. Obregon, a little one-touch. Cleared away. And Danny Wilson, the recipient of some contact from the youngster C.J. Olney. So Wilson at 34. Knocked down by the 19-year-old. Take another look here. Not a lot in that. Both of these teams have committed their share of fouls this season, among the top 10 in the league. Now a run out for Brooklyn. And again, from distance, a wide shot. Was it deflected? It was. Corner kick coming for the visitors. Once again, only in the middle of it. Impressive to see how this 19-year-old has impacted the game in both of the matchups against Sporting JAX. Corner coming. And a little overambitious there. Ishikawa. McGuire will take his time again here. Liam Fox. Chin on fist. And now a yellow card on Neville, and you can hear Ben Salah saying elbow straight to the face. Let's see if we pick it up on replay. The first yellow card of the game comes on Harvey Neville. It was really before the leap. So we'll see if that becomes a factor. Neville on a yellow, and Rito's already out with an injury. So wide midfield players could become a factor for Sporting JAX in this game. It might also bring Kieran Sadlier into the rotation at some point. The veteran resting after going most of the way against Pittsburgh. And now another card.
That was a high tackle.
It was. And Rossiter on the deck. I think the Sporting JAX players might be arguing for a straight red. Take a look here, Adam, see what you think.
Looks like he just grazed the leg, but still, dangerous tackle.
Won't feel much better for Danny Wilson as Thomas Van Kajazeel gets a yellow card. So, sportscaster's jinx continues. Just minutes after I said he's letting him play, we've seen 2 yellow cards.
Yeah, and I think that's just the sting of the game's kind of gone out. I think both teams are looking for half, but it was 2 lazy tackles that led to the yellows. So
ball ahead, and that's how the half ends, with Jääskeläinen asking what he was going to do about having 2 players on his back. Cheshire grin out of Jääskeläinen, one of the goal scorers in the first half. Sporting JAX looking for a second consecutive win, looking for 6 points in a week. Up 2-0 on Brooklyn FC here at Hodges Stadium, in what has been a hotly contested and just a hot play in general on the way. Halftime in Jacksonville. Sporting JAX up 2-0 on Brooklyn FC. Jääskeläinen and Alcock the goal scorers for the home side. Halftime straight ahead from Jacksonville.
All right, Donkey Bunky, you're gonna love these jammies I just got for you.
I just got cash back on all of this makeup.
You know we can use Price.com in store?
I just grabbed those shoes I've been eyeing.
Can't forget our protein powder.
Just a little something for you, babe.
You win.
At ViStar Credit Union, we know life's a journey. Birthday parties turn to wedding parties. There are first steps and missteps. Just know ViStar is there with banking made for moments big and small. A home where a family grows, or that convertible for the open road. It's a journey we are on together. It's why we support hundreds of local nonprofits, volunteer throughout the Southeast, and simply care. ViStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better.
Come on, Marcia, let's go. Marcia, no!
You obsess over her, and so do we. With daycare, overnight, and spa services, from the most trusted name in the game, Dogtopia. Better lives together.
Halftime in Jacksonville as you'll get things from Florida's First Coast. Sporting JAX 2, Brooklyn FC 0 at the break. This is the second game of the week for Sporting JAX. Here's how things look for (2-0). Sporting JAX up on top. Time for the Dino races and more when we come back.
Ball played by Marcus Epps, and the header is in to give Lexington the lead. For goal and in. Welcome to Oakland.
Espectacular. Hay mucha fiesta, señor Martino. Hay gente revancha, doctor. Pero falta gol y estamos a esperar a un gol. ¿Hugo Sánchez? Sí, tira para adelante. ¿Quién maneja? ¿Un futbolista? Llegamos por fin. Ay, bendito sea el chofer, doctor. Hugo, ¿regreso a las canchas? ¿Algún consejo?
Sí, confía y cree en ti.
¡Ey! ¡Pasa al norte!
A donde me dé la oportunidad, pero listo para dar el paso.
¡Listo, vámonos!
You ever just look at them and think, yeah, I'm doing all right.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
Pain doesn't care.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
The weather keeps us on our toes. 1 minute it's sunny, the next minute, pop-up showers.
And that's why we plan for quick changes. Letting you know the exact minute you'll need a jacket, an umbrella, or some flip-flops.
Before things turn messy. With spot-on alerts wherever you are. There are no surprises when you stay ready with the Weather Authority. Always watching, always tracking.
Halftime in Jacksonville. Who do you have in the Dino race? Sporting JAX up 2-0. Looks like blue has all the juice needed. Here comes red, though. Blue the winner. Sporting JAX up 2-0. The boys in blue with the edge here. World Cup wraps up tomorrow. I want to remind you about something going on as far as World Cup memories are concerned. Here's a closer look.
In the middle of the 2026 World Cup, Carlos Lamosa is focused on something else. The head coach of San Antonio FC is navigating his club through the midway point of the USL Championship season. But nearly a quarter century ago, the World Cup was Lamosa's dream come true.
Well, that was a unique experience for many reasons. First, that was the first World Cup of the century. That was the first time the World Cup happens in 2 different countries. And that was the first time that happens in Asia.
The 2002 World Cup is to date the best performance by the U.S. men's national team. A stunning victory over Portugal in the group stage. A shutout of arch-rival Mexico in the round of 16, with South Korea's 13-hour time difference to U.S. Eastern Time. Americans had to be creative for live overnight matches. Bars were open at 4 in the morning making breakfast for your matches. Were you aware of all of that at the time?
We found out being there in Korea. They show us videos of footage from TV networks, having a watching party 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Also for me, I have Colombian news going to my parents' house in Colombia in the middle of the night to do interviews when we were playing live.
In 2026, the World Cup includes more than 40 players whose careers were touched by different levels of USL. Lamosa now has a seat to watching players chase their own World Cup dreams.
Here from our academy from San Antonio, we have a player representing the U.S. on the U17 qualifier. That's a very important league in the U.S. soccer developmental program.
Well, the Briggs Tires USL up 2-0. Just coasting their way along so far against Brooklyn FC. More to come, including the second half straight ahead.
For more than 150 years, Ascension St. Vincent's has delivered award-winning compassionate care across Northeast Florida, with 4 hospitals, primary care offices, urgent care centers, and freestanding emergency departments throughout the region. From everyday wellness to advanced specialty care, including heart, cancer, orthopedics, brain and spine surgery, and women's health, we're here for you when you need us most. Get the care you count on, close to home. Learn more at ascension.org/St. Vincent's.
Make Honda of the Avenues your first stop for award-winning customer service and world-class Honda vehicles. Our inventory is larger than ever, which means we have the perfect Honda waiting for you. Plus, at Honda of the Avenues, we always put our customers first, making the car buying experience fun, fast, and easy. You'll always find great deals on our huge selection of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, all prepped and ready for a test drive. Come see just how different car buying can be at Honda of the Avenues today. Stop by or shop from home at HondaoftheAvenues.com. Proud sponsor of Sporting JAX.
All right, Donkey Bunky, you're gonna love these jammies I just got for you.
I just got cash back on all of this makeup.
You know we can use Price.com in store?
I just grabbed those shoes I've been eyeing.
Can't forget our protein powder.
Just a little something for you, babe.
You win.
Tonight's game in the USL Championship is brought to you by 5 Star Credit Union, the University of North Florida, Dogtopia Jacksonville Beach Boulevard, Pepsi, and Gatorade. (2-0) Sporting Jax leads at halftime. Here's how it happened. First half highlights presented by Honda the Avenues. Little recycle here. Ball gets to the leg of Tyshawn Rose, who sets up Emil Jääskeläinen for the goal.
Yeah, great finish there. I think it all started from that switch from Rito, and the rest was history.
Rito continued to make an impact on the game. 9th minute. Rose again involved. Sends this one across. Juan Kuzain able to track it down. And then Rito put it right on the money. And Ahmad Alcock put it away. 2 goals in the opening 10 minutes for Sporting Jax. Here are the numbers from halftime. Brooklyn actually with more shots, but only one of them on target. You see the possession numbers. Fouls, both teams certainly had their share. What stands out to you at halftime here?
It was a very 50-50 game. I think the better chances came from Sporting Jax, but I think Brooklyn were finding their way into the game, and it'll be interesting to see how they come out in the second half.
We'll also see how player usage becomes a factor in the second half. Sporting Jax had to make a change in the first half with Raheem Summershall replacing Edgardo Rito, who went out with the injury. So we'll see if that impacts what happens the rest of the way as the second half approaches. If you're Brooklyn, what do you talk about in the halftime changing room, and what do you expect in the second half for the visitors?
I think they have to be positive about how they controlled the game to end the half, but again, it's been the story of their whole season is finding goals, and they have to get in front of the net. They have to create chances and ultimately score some goals, so I'd expect to see them being very direct to begin this second half, trying to find second balls, create chances off that.
Gabriel Alves, the one substitution in the half for Brooklyn. He replaces So Nishikawa. So Alves, 26-year-old, former Marshall Thundering Herd player, has played in this league with Rhode Island FC and Birmingham Legion. One halftime sub for Brooklyn. Now right out of the gate, a foul called on Jääskeläinen. McNamara grinning at him from the seat of his pants. Wondering, why would you foul me there? Again, the stakes for this one. Sporting Jax looking for a second consecutive victory. Now an opportunity as Anderson comes through. Obregon, save made by McGuire. Ball's up in the air, headed off the line twice by the Sporting Jax defense. And for the moment, Jacksonville survives. Alcock defending. He took down Ryan McLaughlin. So an opportunity early here for Brooklyn, survived by Sporting Jax.
Great start from Brooklyn.
Looking like a team with a little more intent going forward here than they showed most of the half. We saw the stats showed the domination in terms of possession, but again, the dangerous opportunities almost entirely from the home side.
And again, very similar to the first half. That was a second-man run coming late, so I'll look for them to do that much more this half to create more opportunities.
Callum Frogson. And Rossiter digs it out in midfield for Sporting Jax. Here's Summershall. Acquay. Nifty little bit of footwork to scoot it past the Brooklyn defender. Sun is set behind Hodges Stadium now. The lights on. Only shadows are being cast from the stadium lights, no longer the sun. And it's cooled all the way down to 86 degrees. All right, what you wanted out of Brooklyn, you started to see a bit of that. If you're Sporting Jax, what are you talking about at halftime?
think it's just continuing the momentum. I think they created great opportunities, and here's another one now.
Zane right out in front.
Great ball by Ahmad.
And the foul. It was Alcock who created that opportunity.
Yeah, getting Ahmad in those one-on-one opportunities. He'll always create chances, and it's just having those runs in the box.
Long ball ahead, tried to get it through to Marcus Anderson.
Yeah, to start this half, it's been very back and forth, very direct. Both teams already creating chances.
Brooklyn seems to have come out with added intensity, as you might expect, down 2-0.
Yes, they're starting to push more numbers forward as well, so that's going to open up gaps, especially out wide for the wingers.
We'll see if that creates counter-punching opportunities for Sporting JAX as well. So look at Jake McGuire. After the win on Wednesday night, he said it was huge for the club to get the win, a long time in coming. Then he said, now we need a clean sheet. The next thing he's looking for, a clean sheet victory. All the way through, Danny Wilson will let it trickle to the feet of Jake McGuire. Again, to talk about the veteran status on the back line for Sporting JAX tonight, McGuire, goalkeeper, 31. Ryan Edwards, 32. Danny Wilson, 34. So your two center backs and goalkeeper with plenty of experience. Now Neville. Sending it back to Akwe. Akwe, the young guy on the back line at 29. Here's Rose. Swings one toward Gascalainen over his head. And Kuzain couldn't get a clean foot to it. Covered by Lucas Burns.
It's a big chance. It's a tough one just because it skipped out right in front of him, but big opportunity for Sporting JAX.
Brooklyn survives, and it remains 2-0. McNamara slides one in. Marcus Anderson. Now Olney. And good work by Sporting JAX. Summersall on the defense. Now Ahmad Alcock on the run. Banged into McLaughlin. And again, Alcock is on the deck. Let's take another look at that last opportunity. Danny Wilson started it. And then Rose, who can be so dangerous on the wing, just came off a little hot off of Kuzain the first time.
Yeah, it's just such a tough one when they water the pitch at halftime. It's so slick out there. So,
and Alcock on the ground now. And he is going to be working over the laundry here with some grass stains for being on the deck. Ahmad wants some kind of a card. Didn't get it. Grabs his ribs. Brooklyn has come out with a bit of an edge here out of the halftime break. Long ball over the top. Nobody made the run. Gathered up by Lucas Burns. A number of Sporting JAX players, their pennies, loosening up down by the corner flag to our right. We see a lineup change coming. Summersall with a challenge and a late whistle. Now Brooklyn arguing for a yellow. I don't think there was any more in that one than there was on the foul that sent Alcock to the deck.
Intensity's definitely building in this half. The pressure on the ball, everything. Tackles put in. I'd expect a few goals as well.
All right, the prediction of cards and goals coming. McNamara playing it wide. Out in front.
Again,
Cleared away.
Third-man run.
Well defended by Danny Wilson.
Yeah, Brooklyn's finding joy in those third-man midfield runs. Ahmad looks to still be struggling a bit.
Yep. Let's see if that brings a sub at any point here. Out for a Sporting JAX throw. Watch the USL on ESPN2 July 25th for a championship matchup of teams battling for conference points. Detroit City FC aims to keep its top four standing in the East with a win over Las Vegas Lights. The club fighting to stay in the hunt in the West. July 25th, Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. In Brooklyn trying to build. McLaughlin, former Liverpool Academy player. He's played a lot of soccer in the UK. Belfast, Northern Ireland native. Back to him. Out of Frogson. You've got Belfast and Nottingham working together for Brooklyn. And this one sent back out for a throw.
Yeah, on that last play, there's 3 darting runs from Brooklyn. So I think at the halftime break, the team was told to make more darting runs in behind, as they see that as a weakness for Sporting JAX. Again,
another foul
in this game.
Yep, on Alcock.
And I think that's a little get back from Ahmad there.
Take a look at the tackle on McLaughlin. Didn't get him with the body, got him foot to foot. Sporting JAX has protected this 2-0 lead since about the 10-minute mark.
It's interesting to see the wingbacks drop deep now in the second half. So you can see Tyashawn Rose and Harvey Neville push back. Almost this whole half being played in Sporting JAX half.
It's almost a 5-player back line, as you mentioned.
It looks like almost a 5-4-1, at least defensively.
See, possession numbers continue to be in Brooklyn's favor. The fouls have been piling up. And another one called against Kuzain.
Set pieces are building up here for Brooklyn. They had multiple in the first half. So we'll see if they can capitalize on one here in the second.
Demera continues to chat about things. Olney, the only one over this ball right now.
Yeah, this is a dangerous position, having an in-swinging ball. All it needs is a flick.
Olney sends it in, headed away by the Jacksonville defense, and then booted back deep toward midfield. For the moment, Sporting JAX avoids conceding. Another flick on, and in at that moment. Offside flag stayed down, and it's J.C. Obregon with his second goal of the year on a ball that hit a couple of heads en route to the net.
Yeah, that's a great flick on from McNamara.
And Obregon with the redirection and the goal in the 58th minute to give Brooklyn some life. We talked about how the next goal, how important it would be.
It's felt like the momentum shifted in this game, especially to start the second half. And that goal's a huge momentum shift.
Now, how will that change tactics or perhaps even player selection for Sporting JAX? Rose coming inside.
Yeah, I hope to see them step up the field, bring the game back to Brooklyn.
McNamara whistle for the foul. Rafferty Petter taking off the penny. That would be an attacking player coming on if the substitution is made. Free kick coming for Sporting JAX. Well, you talk about the next goal after 2-0 and the impact it can make, and this game has changed dramatically since the halftime break. Neville looks like he's going to take this one for Sporting JAX. Tried to pick out Jaskalainen. Wow. And now a break chance for Brooklyn. Sporting JAX able to track back.
It's a great track from Raheem Somersault to stop that attack.
Danny Wilson trying to organize the back line now.
Another third man run.
Nothing comes of it this time. The first meeting between these two sides. Brooklyn up early, and now Obregon with a bicycle kick. Everybody wondering about an offside flag. Ryan Edwards can't believe it.
Runs in behind from Brooklyn are changing this game. Whether it comes from the midfield or the strikers, it's just opening up pockets in front of the back line. And the spacing behind is so open right now.
Here's Tyshawn Rose. Long run down the wing. It's possessed by Benkayasu. And Brooklyn will look to counter. Backway redirects toward Harvey Neville. To finish the thought, Sporting JAX came back from a 2-0 deficit to earn a 2-2 draw the first time these two sides played. Jaskalainen down now. The referee allowing play to continue as Jaskalainen remains motionless on the turf. Olney couldn't get through the Sporting JAX defense. Somersault comes away with it. Well done by Raheem Somersault. Weaving around the opposition and earns a throw for Sporting JAX. Jaskalainen still on the ground.
Hello.
And subs coming up, including.
Hello, y'all.
Hold the sub. I'm not showing it. They might change.
So, yeah.
We'll see. Perhaps for.
Yeah, and we'll compliment.
Jaskalainen here. We've got Rafferty Petter looking to sub on.
Go get him, Tigers. Oh, Tigers!
Yeah, we're asking right now.
Go get him, Tigers.
And let's see who the sub will be. Jaskalainen slow to get up. Gabriel Alves patting him on the back. And it will be Kuzain coming off and Rafferty Petter coming on. It's a little more of a one-for-one move. Both attack-minded midfielders.
Rafferty definitely offers more one-on-one attacking and then getting in those pockets on the half turn, really running at defenders. And I think as this game opens up, it'll also open up for him to really get after it.
Jaskalainen still trying to shake it off. Well, as we've gone past the hour mark, any sign that fatigue is a factor in this one in the heat?
I think at the end of the first half, you definitely saw fatigue hit both sides. But to begin the second half, it's been very end-to-end. But, I mean, Brooklyn's just taken the advantage and really taken the game to Sporting JAX. So I think the additions of Kieran later on in this game could be huge.
Through ball for Jääskeläinen. Lucas Burns got to it first. Boots it a mile out. It'll be a throw for Sporting JAX. Yeah, when Kieran Sadlier comes on remains the question. He's one of 4 players warming up down by the corner flag to our right. Long ball ahead will be a throw for Brooklyn. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. Brooklyn on the move. And a little too strong a touch that time. Anderson disappointed in himself. Goal kick coming for Sporting JAX.
Yeah, again, Brooklyn finding their striker, playing 1-2s off of him and creating space in those wide areas.
You mentioned Petter, who has had some big moments for the club, was the first goal scorer in team history. Also scored the equalizer. Ooh, as Ahmad Alcock went right into the bench area. Almost had his foot lost.
Yeah, that's frustration there. I think just from how the half's gone, he's really the only outlet right now, and he has no support, and that could be frustrating.
Getting back to Petter, scored the equalizer in stoppage time against San Antonio. And he's fought some injuries this season, but when he's been fit, especially fully fit and ready to go, he's been a real difference maker for the Sporting JAX attack.
Yeah, he's a game changer. He's been great so far this year, and I'd expect him to have an impact in this game. McNamara with space in the middle there.
Comes to the middle. Ben Kayazil, center back, coming forward. He's almost playing as a midfielder now, with Alves playing a little deeper.
In transition moments, there's massive gaps in between the back line and the midfield for Sporting JAX, so Brooklyn are finding joy in those pockets.
Now a takeaway by Sporting JAX.
Here's one of those opportunities for Raf to go at him.
Petter. He's got Alcock to the outside. Rose making a run. Back to Rafferty Petter. Looking for some space. Petter to his right foot. This one parried away and over the top by Lucas Burns. Exactly what you were talking about, those 1v1 situations for Rafferty Petter.
Yeah, that's a great opportunity. Great look from Ahmad, and again, Raf making a run, creating space for himself.
That one was on frame. Burns got his hands to it. Take another look here.
Yeah, just a big touch there. I know we wanted to get that off quick, but looks like he'll be taking the set piece as well.
Petter lining it up for the corner kick.
I'm going to change the card.
Swung in, the near post, sent away. And you can hear Marlon LeBlanc saying he wants to change the card. Pierre de Silva took the penny off and was going to check in. Maybe they're going to change who he's coming on for. Here's Alcock. Upended. Kaizel, who started the game as a center back, now playing a little bit further forward despite having a yellow card. McLaughlin more on the wing, and Frogson, the former FAU and North Carolina Tar Heel star, has settled back into a center back role along with Rocco Romeo. The ball over the top, and McGuire off his line to grab it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Brooklyn makes a more attacking formation change here just because they're in control of the game right now.
De Silva, at forward, going to come on, and he will replace Ryan McLaughlin. So McLaughlin, who's been a little more defensive-minded, and De Silva, who has played for Orlando City, Memphis 901, forward Madison, former U.S. U19 player. His dad's Brazilian, mom's Peruvian, and he was born in Port Chester, New York.
And it looks like he'll be playing as like a false nine, playing off the striker, making those third man runs, really trying to get on the half turn and create. He's one of those creative players, so look for him to get on the ball early and make an instant impact.
He's played professionally in both of the countries of his parents and his own here in the United States. There's Alcock. Tried to lift it forward for Rose. Now Alcock with calls for a handball, but he couldn't connect with Rose. And now Olney is down, taking a knee. And that will be the call for the hydration break, as Olney is tended to right in front of the Brooklyn bench. Only handed something. All right. We've seen, coming out of the break, a different mentality and approach from Brooklyn, and it's paid off for the visitors.
Yeah, they've been up for it this second half. Their intensity shifted. I wouldn't be surprised if they keep pushing. Again, I think they just made a tactical decision to be more attacking, and right now they have the time to implement that into the system and really get together as a team and figure out what they want to do. But I wouldn't be surprised right after this break if you don't see them pressing higher.
This is the second game of the second half of the USL Championship season for Sporting JAX. The Gainbridge Super League season is coming up for the women, as they have returned from the UK, where they worked with Newcastle United and with Wrexham. Women's season tickets are available. First home match is August the 22nd. Seats start as low as $70 for the sprint season. Go to sportingjax.com or call 904-863-KICK. You can also use that QR code on your screen to get your tickets for the women's season today. It will be a shortened season because the Gainbridge Super League is flipping the calendar to a spring to fall calendar. So Peter Mangione also has come in, and CJ Olney coming off. Mangione scored a goal, his only goal of the year, against Sporting JAX in that matchup in May. Former Penn State Nittany Lion will come in. And we'll get ready to get things started after the hydration break. Less than 20 minutes regulation time. There will be some stoppage time added as well. Sporting JAX trying to hold on after scoring 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. Emil Jaskalainen and Ahmad Alcock both finding the net for Sporting JAX. J.C. Obregon scoring for Brooklyn. As both of these teams look for what would be huge wins here today. 3 points would do wonders for both of these teams as they try to get back into contention. Sporting JAX trying to go back-to-back after picking up the first win in league play on Wednesday night. McNamara. Silva. Sporting JAX, a little higher line right now than we saw earlier in the half. Played out wide. Anderson tried to swing it in. He'll earn a corner kick for Brooklyn.
That pocket in front of that back line just keeps being the spot where Brooklyn find the most joy.
Silva for the corner. With the left foot, outswinger. Headed out by Sporting JAX. I think it was Edwards who got his head to it. Silva again from a wide position. Jaskalainen heads it free. Now the Sporting JAX aerial defense got the job done there, and that is corner kick sequence.
Yeah, Sporting JAX is just stuck in a really low block here, so they're just going to keep taking pressure, which is tough, especially with Brooklyn finding these wide areas. It's good play.
Now wide now to Silva. Lifts one toward the top of the 6, knocked around, and a penalty. Marcus Anderson, when airborne, got knocked down, and the penalty is called, and Sporting JAX back line can't believe it.
That all comes from finding the striker again in that pocket, getting it wide, and putting balls in the box.
Take another look here. I mean, to be fair, Edwards was standing there. It looked like Anderson had his hand on his jersey. You can see why the Sporting JAX captain is pleading his case. There's no VAR, though.
It's a very tough call from the ref there.
And it will be McNamara to step up and take it. Well, a couple of veterans matching up here. Thomas McNamara, Jake McGuire. Between them, over 330 USL Championship appearances. McNamara, the 35-year-old. And a hesitation, and McNamara delivers, and we're level at 2. So turnabout from the first meeting. 2-0 becomes 2-2, and here comes Kieran Sadlier for Sporting JAX. Wow. Another look at the penalty. And then McNamara, the hesitation move, saw where McGuire was going. So Kieran Sadlier is on.
Looks like a mod's going up top.
Yeah, Jaskalainen comes out. Rose. Little miscommunication there. So now it's a quarter-hour sprint to the finish to see if either one of these sides can find another goal. Sadlier, who has been a regular starter for Sporting JAX, tied for 6th in the league in goals scored at this point with 8, but did not start this game. We'll see if he has some magic here. Alcock. Here's Sadlier.
Good to see Sads on the ball early. He's a creator.
And he's been a tremendous finisher for Sporting JAX as well this season. Here's Petter off his chest. Try to get it back to Alcock. Now out wide for Neville. Harvey Neville back to the middle. Alcock got his cleat stuck in the turf for the moment and wins a corner. Good work by Ahmad Alcock in that exchange. Yep, had a rough moment, stayed with it.
That's just tired legs.
Looks like it's tired everything at this point. He's been working hard. Taking a lot of contact as well. Petter set for the corner. Outswinger to the near post. Caught up in the middle. Sadlier tried to get his foot to it. All right, he's got his first shot out of the way.
It's a half chance there.
See if Sporting JAX can find another. We mentioned that 3 points would be huge for either of these sides right now. 1 point would just seem unsatisfying for both.
100% agreed. I think at this point in the year, 1 point doesn't do either much, but 1 point's always better than none.
Two first-half goals for Sporting JAX, 2 second-half goals for Brooklyn. The visitors with the momentum here. 12 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Jacksonville employing a bit of a higher line, able to take that one away.
Yeah, it's almost the first time in this half that Jacksonville stepped their lineup.
Wilson had to slide to get to that one. Couldn't control it. Out for a Brooklyn throw. With Sadlier, Alcock, and Petter in there, you've got 3 very dangerous attacking players. Sadlier working hard on the defensive end. Long ball ahead.
Yeah, I think we'll see Sporting JAX play through the lines a lot more. I think with Emil, it's very direct. Such a big guy up top, but with these 3 up top, get the ball to their feet, let them turn, let them create.
Battle for it. Ball high in the air. Summersall nods it away. Taken back by Marcus Anderson. Anderson has been a much bigger impact player on the game in the second half than he was in the first for Brooklyn.
Brooklyn's intensity this half in their repress has been the game changer. They've just been able to get on the ball, not really giving Jacksonville anything.
And Kayazil sliding one through. Anderson tries to cut it back. Cleared out for a throw near the corner flag by Danny Wilson. Brooklyn goes quickly. Swinging one in. Top of the 6. Headed away. Can this turn into something for Sporting JAX? Sadlier, hesitation move. He's got Alcock to the inside. Tried to spin and turn. And it'll be a throw for Sporting JAX. Sadlier was pulling out, not maybe all the tricks out of the bag, but several of them.
Yeah, it's just so tough. He's isolated there. Ahmad's losing his legs, so he's not going to run in behind. Kier's just there trying to make something out of nothing.
Again, offside flag up.
Hey, I clapped him on that one.
9.5 minutes plus stoppage time. Sadlier stepping over Brooklyn defenders. Here comes Rose making a run to the outside. Sadlier goes inside for Ahmad Alcock. Now to Summersall. Press from behind. Danny Wilson. Summersall. Changing fields to Harvey Neville. Acquay. With a bit of possession here for Sporting JAX. Can they create something out of it? Here's Alcock in the box, taken down from behind. Second chance. Deflected by Burns. And Brooklyn able to avoid disaster there. Great run by Alcock, who might have used up everything in the tank with that run.
That's a great ball from Raff there.
Look at Petter with his diagonal.
Just gets stuck under his feet.
Frogson defending.
Great second save there as well.
Yeah, the first one right on, and then off the shoulder. Almost a Superman dive for Alcock, who finally is back to his feet and feeling it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Sporting JAX is warming anyone up, so he's going to have to tough it out these last 8 to 15 minutes.
Throw. And a foul. Sporting Jacks will have a free kick. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157. North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Free kick from a long way here. Rafferty Petter, the lone man over it. Petter sends it toward the penalty spot and through. Did it touch a Brooklyn player? It did. Corner kick coming for Sporting Jacks. Well, from that spot to wind up with a corner, you'd call that a basic win.
Definitely a win. Every time Raf's touched the ball this half, although it hasn't been much, he's definitely created. And he's been a spark for this team, so let's see if he can put another great ball here.
It's a Sunbelt corner. Sunbelt in your corner for all your equipment rental needs. Petter swings it in, front post. Alcock fights for it. Rose hits a high ball. Headed out for the moment and all the way back to Jake McGuire. And let's just assume there will be about the same amount of stoppage time in the second half as we saw in the first with 6 minutes. If that's the case, closing in on 12 minutes left in this game. Little ball right to the spot. Now played out. Summerall shot. Deflected. And a throw coming for Sporting Jacks. Most of the last several minutes have been played in this end. And this has become a frequent appearance in this game. It's been physical. Rocco Romeo on the deck for Brooklyn for the first time.
Yeah, Sporting Jacks really starting to establish themselves finally in this half and creating some really big chances.
Maybe no surprise that when Rafferty Petter and Kieran Sadley are on the pitch at the same time, that's what happens.
100%.
Here's Rose. Throw coming for Sporting Jacks, much to the chagrin of the Brooklyn side.
Yeah, and this half has played out so differently just because it's just been less direct. A lot more playing into pockets, playing off the strikers, and now with Raf and Sads in the game, it's just different for both sides.
Oh, now a chance for Brooklyn. No whistle on a ball into the box. Alcock couldn't control it. And it's chased down by Sporting Jacks. Ahead for Petter. Petter's got 3 men in support. Sends it right between 2 of them. And now we'll come back to it. Petter to the top of the 6. Had a couple of bodies available. Here's Rose running forward for it. Another chance perhaps for Jacksonville. Rose will win the corner.
Another set piece. Yeah, this game's just really starting to open up on both sides, but especially for Sporting Jacks.
See Rose smiling when he gets to stretch those legs. He's a happy camper. He can really run. Once again, Petter for the corner. Another Sunbelt corner. Petter to Alcock. Headed high. Sadlier got a foot to it. Alcock tried to pull the trigger. Deflected to the far side. Headed back forward by Neville. It'll be a throw, though, for Brooklyn. 3.5 minutes regulation time. Brooklyn trying to get a couple of subs in. Malik Pinto and Johnny Klein are both going to the 4th official. Swung in. Redirected by Akwe. Look at Petter running back for it. He's got a little fresher legs than most of the guys on the pitch right now. Just plays it forward for the moment.
Yeah, that's 2 attacking midfielders subbing on the pitch for Brooklyn. So it'll be interesting to see how that changes the formation.
For the most part, the subs that Brooklyn has made have been to add attackers, either a midfielder for a defender or a move a defender up to the midfield.
Yes. And both. I think all of Brooklyn's substitutions have made an impact on this game.
McNamara coming deep for it. 2.5 minutes plus stoppage time remaining in this one. Can either side find a goal and take the 3 points from this highly entertaining back and forth affair? Sadlier calls for a handball, and they get it. Long diagonal. Couldn't connect. And now the sub's coming. So Klein on, McNamara comes off. That's attacking mid for more or less holding mid. And Pinto.
Entering the match, number 8, Johnny Klein. Exiting the match, number 7, Thomas McNamara. Entering the match, number 5, Malik Pinto. Exiting the match, number 86, Kairu Okiyoshi.
Okiyoshi coming off.
A quick yellow there for Klein.
Oh, welcome to the match. Booked in a hurry.
It looks like he's starting off in a deeper role, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him shift forward and really be an attacking threat.
Free kick from Sporting JAX in the final minute of regulation time.
The referee is showing a yellow card to Brooklyn FC, number 8, Johnny Klein.
Summersall, little 1-2 with Harvey Neville. Put a little bit too much on it. Neville couldn't catch up. It's one of those games you just feel like there's still something left. Something in this game to come.
Yeah, and the momentum's completely shifted.
First 20, 25 minutes of the half. Another yellow card pulled. This time it's Summersall.
I feel like the cards are starting to come now.
Enough of the verbal warnings.
The referee is showing a yellow card to Sporting JAX, number 3, Tyshawn Rose.
Announced as Rose, but I think it was Summersall. 5 minutes of stoppage time added here to the end of the half. Klein couldn't get to it. Now Sadlier. Chance for a run here for Sporting JAX. A cock out in front of him. Sadlier couldn't maintain possession. Here comes Brooklyn. Chested down by Danny Wilson. Rosser gets it back to Wilson. Now all the way through. And grabbed by Jake McGuire. There are some tired legs on this pitch right now. McGuire just hits one long. Petter gets to the second ball. Rafferty Petter with 2 Brooklyn defenders on him. Back to Harvey Neville. Neville lost his footing, kicked a bit. Free kick coming from a long way away for Sporting JAX.
Yeah, we're starting to see center backs making simple mistakes. And I still think there's a big chance left in this game.
Well, those center backs coming forward now. Ryan Edwards and Danny Wilson. Ackway and Rose. The outside backs playing a little further as Petter lines this one up. Long ball toward the top of the 18. Headed once. Ackway tries to get to it. Now trying to catch McGuire off the line. Obregon threw a stiff arm in on, was it Neville? He's down on the ground. Harvey taking a moment.
But that's not an advantage. That's not an advantage. He's holding back. He's lost the advantage on the
A lot of conversation on the sidelines right now for what happened right here. What do you think, Adam?
Yeah, I think it's just a flailing arm, but that's a big chance. I think Klein's making a darting run down the middle of the field. Jake's off his line, but...
Wilson chested down by Alcock. Over the top for Sadlier. Sadlier, a little bit of a heavy touch to the byline. Goal kick coming for Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's why he does it.
Yeah, Brooklyn are just starting to leave guys forward even in transition moments, so I think they're just looking to pick them off on the counterattack.
Just about 2 minutes of stoppage time remaining. Headed forward. Petter tried to swing it in. Summers all coming to it for Sporting JAX. Wilson. Now Tyshawn Rose. Swings one toward the penalty spot. Defended by Brooklyn. And out for Sporting JAX throw with a minute and a half to play of stoppage time or thereabouts. This has been, I think, fairly to be called a chippy affair. Here's Alcock. Dragged down. Free kick coming in a dangerous position now for Sporting JAX. Is this the last best chance for Sporting JAX to snatch 3 points and their second straight victory? Sporting JAX trying to set the defenders. Trying to balance scoring opportunity and defending against the counterpunch.
Yeah, very smart to keep 3 guys back.
Here is Petter. Swings one into the box. It bounces all the way through, just wide. There were bodies on the deck. Saw Akwe in the area. And guess who's getting off the ground? Ahmad Alcock, who has just about given everything he's got in this game.
Yeah, that was a great ball. All it needed was a flick.
Akwe heading it out as we near the final seconds of stoppage time. Swung into the box, headed away by Tyshawn Rose. How much more time remaining? That's it. Sporting JAX scored 2 in the first 10 minutes. Brooklyn fought back to score 2 in the second half. And these two sides, who both desperately wanted 3 points out of this matchup, will go with 1 point apiece here in Jacksonville. It was a battle on both sides. Adam Luckhurst.
Yeah, it was a tale of 2 halves. I think the first half was very 50-50, and then Brooklyn came out and really dominated the first 40 minutes of that second half. And it took Jacksonville a while to really get back into the game. But, yeah, really entertaining game. Chippy, end-to-end, but it all ends in a tie.
1 point each side in the 2-2 tie in the second meeting of the year here in Jacksonville between Sporting JAX and Brooklyn FC. Interviews and post-game analysis still to come from Hodges Stadium after the 2-2 draw.
At ViStar Credit Union, we know life's a journey. Birthday parties turn to wedding parties. There are first steps and missteps. Just know ViStar is there with banking made for moments big and small. A home where a family grows, or that convertible for the open road. It's a journey we are on together. It's why we support hundreds of local nonprofits, volunteer throughout the Southeast, and simply care. ViStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better.
Highland. insurance, employee benefits, and risk management consulting since 1935. Built on trust and guided by our core values, we're more than a broker. We're your partner, helping you reduce risk and achieve your objectives. From mergers and acquisitions to captives and global risk strategies, we help you navigate complexity with confidence. Our tailored solutions transform uncertainty into opportunity because the right strategy makes all the difference. Better risk management starts with the right partner. Choose Highland.
It's a final in Jacksonville. Sporting Jacks 2, Brooklyn FC 2. Same score as the first meeting between these two sides. Let's hear from one of the goal scorers, Emil Jaskalainen, standing by now with Emerson Burris.
Thanks, Cole. Emil, a win and a draw for this team this week. Seems like you guys are starting to figure things out for the second half of the season. Walk me through the emotions of tonight's match.
Yeah, it was a brilliant start. We started great. Could have had 2, 3 or 4 goals in the first 20 minutes. And then, you know, the heat, everything got to us a little bit. And then they came a little bit. Obviously, they're a good team, so we knew that was going to happen. And then got into half-time, 2-0 up. Pretty happy with what we did. And, you know, unfortunately, we dropped off second half and they punished us for that.
The theme for tonight's match here at Hodges Stadium is World Cup night. You had the first goal and had quite the celebration and nod to Cristiano Ronaldo. Walk me through that, Selly.
Yeah, my friend Jacob told me to do it, so I did it for him just as a joke. But yeah, the World Cup, unfortunately England are out, so I'm not watching anymore.
How do you guys keep things positive moving forward as you head on the road?
Yeah, we're unbeaten in 3. Obviously wanted to win tonight, but that's football. We go again next game.
Emil, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you, Emerson. Let's take a closer look at the highlights from this one as Sporting Jacks and Brooklyn share the points. And here is that goal again that we saw just a moment ago. 3rd minute, great start for Sporting Jacks.
Yeah, it's a great run. A great finish from Emil.
Jaskalainen with the goal. Then, just a few minutes later, Dyshon Rose crossing it. And this one, about half the side, had a touch here in the build-up. Edgardo Rito really set up Amada attack.
Yeah, it really felt like everything was going through Rito that first half, and we definitely missed him in that second half.
Rito had to exit with an injury. Second half, here is our Pepsi Save the Match as it's turned in by Jake McGuire on the bicycle kick. Stood his ground and snagged that one. It was 2-0 at that point, and then in the 58th minute, another opportunity for Brooklyn, who really turned up the intensity after halftime.
Yeah, you could feel this goal coming. From the start of that second half, they raised the intensity. The repress was great, and then it was a great flick on here, and another great finish.
J.C. Obregon with the goal just before the hour mark, made it 2-1, and as it so often does, the goal that comes after a 2-0 start really defines the rest of the game. Brooklyn on what I think is fairly to be called a disputed PK, a penalty call here, gets the PK, and McNamara puts it away, and that was the scoring from the game. Here are the numbers from tonight's contest. You see possession pretty much all the way through, dominated by Brooklyn, but shots inside of the box, and compared to the number of shots, more shots inside the box by Brooklyn, but the percentage-wise, Sporting Jacks really got the better of it from that standpoint. I think you can say maybe a slight edge in terms of dangerous chances to Jacksonville, but the numbers pretty much tell the story of a draw.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd say Brooklyn controlled the majority of the match, but Sporting Jacks had those bigger chances in the game.
All right, that'll do it for those of you watching on ESPN+. If you're watching locally in Jacksonville on Channel 4, more post-game coverage still to come. We'll hear from the head coach and others after Sporting Jacks and Brooklyn FC share the points. Next home game for Sporting Jacks, August 15th against Indy 11. We hope you'll rush to get tickets for that one. More to come for those in Jacksonville from Hodges Stadium.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
For more than 150 years, Ascension St. Vincent's has delivered award-winning compassionate care across Northeast Florida, with 4 hospitals, primary care offices, urgent care centers, and freestanding emergency departments throughout the region. From everyday wellness to advanced specialty care, including heart, cancer, orthopedics, brain and spine surgery, and women's health, we're here for you when you need us most. Get the care you count on, close to home. Learn more at ascension.org/St. Vincent's.
Make Honda of the Avenues your first stop for award-winning customer service and world-class Honda vehicles. Our inventory is larger than ever, which means we have the perfect Honda waiting for you. Plus, at Honda of the Avenues, we always put our customers first, making the car buying experience fun, fast, and easy. You'll always find great deals on our huge selection of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, all prepped and ready for a test drive. Come see just how different car buying can be at Honda of the Avenues today. Stop by or shop from home at HondaoftheAvenues.com. Proud sponsor of Sporting JAX.
All right, Tunky Punky, you're gonna love these jammies I just got for you.
I just got cash back on all of this makeup.
You know we can use Price.com in store?
I just grabbed those shoes up and I...
Can't forget our protein powder.
Just a little something for you, babe.
You win.
Professional men's soccer is back in Jacksonville. Sporting JAX is competing nationally in the USL Championship, bringing world-class pro soccer back to the First Coast at UNF's Hodges Stadium. It's pro soccer that's pro JAX. Secure your seats now from just $10. Call 904-863-KICK or visit sportingjax.com. Secure your seats. Sporting JAX is back at home August 15th. Get your tickets now.
A 2-2 draw here in Jacksonville between Sporting JAX and Brooklyn FC. Let's hear from the head coach, Liam Fox, now standing by with Emerson Burris.
Thanks, Cole. Liam, you've talked with us about building standards, not building moments. 4 points this week. Talk to me how this is a breakthrough, or talk to me about how this should be not a breakthrough, but standards, keeping it high.
Yeah, well, I think for me, if we were really pushing standards, we would have went and won the game tonight, especially being 2-0 up so quickly, playing really, really well. We got sloppy, we got a wee bit nervous, we turned the ball over too much, and we allowed Brooklyn a bit of momentum in the game, and then almost by chance they equalise and make it 2 each, and then we start to pass the ball again and we start to create some more chances, and we have chances to win the game at the end. So yeah, it's from being in the position of being 2-0 and being 2-0 so early, we had the game in our hands, and to me it feels like we've gave up 2 points tonight.
Over the past week or so, what positives have you seen out of the guys that gives you confidence moving forward?
Yeah, I've said this from day one, that this is always going to be a really tough first year. We've now 3 unbeaten. We went to Loudon and we got a late point. We had a really good performance and result against Pittsburgh, and for large parts tonight we were good. We just had a spell where we just got a wee bit sloppy and a wee bit loose, so we're fully aware there's still loads of things we need to work on. The new guys coming into the group are going to make us stronger moving forward. There'll hopefully be another couple of additions as well, so lots to be positive, lots to be looking forward with positivity. It doesn't feel like that at the moment, and which is why I'm pausing, and I'm probably mixing my words a wee bit here because I'm frustrated, but I can see the work that's improving day on day.
You mentioned the new additions to the roster, Danny Wilson, Ventura, Alvarado. What have you seen out of those guys recently that you're liking so far? Yeah, listen, their leadership, their calmness. Danny's come in and looked outstanding for 2 games. Ventura finally got his clearance today, so he'll become featured in the next couple of weeks. And like I say, we added Marcus Cadinho, so I know Marcus, I've worked with him before, I know what we're going to get with him. And then we'll hopefully add 1 or 2 in the next couple of weeks as well, just to keep competition there and keep pushing, and we want them to be competing every day in training, so the best way to do that is to bring good players. Coach, thanks so much. No problem. Cole.
All right, thank you very much, Emerson, up here in the booth now with Adam Luckhurst. Clearly, 3 points is better than getting a point, as you mentioned, and getting that momentum, but as you look at the bigger picture, 3 straight performances, 3 straight points found, 5 points out of 3 matches. There is some positive momentum that's happening. May not be happening as fast as Liam Fox would like, but we're seeing some positive steps.
Oh, 100%. I think it's a step in the right direction. Obviously, tonight's frustrating, going up 2-0 and suffering a tie, but again, it's steps in the right direction.
All right, let's hear from one of those new faces that Liam Fox talked about. Center back Danny Wilson now standing by with Emerson.
This season, your second start tonight. What have you seen out of this group so far?
I've seen a team that
is probably falsely positioned in the league. I think there's a lot of potential here for this team. I think we've performed well over the last 2 games. Tonight's really disappointing because we took the lead early and we weren't able to go and kill the game off, even though we had probably the better chances overall. Even though they had a lot of pressure on us, I don't think they created too much. I think the only way they were going to score was probably from a penalty kick or something unfortunate, and that's how it happened. But I think the team's performing better. It's got a good feeling. That's 3 unbeaten now. I think we can look forward to the rest of the season and try and keep building on this, because like I said, I think there's a lot of quality within the team, a lot of endeavour, a lot of everything that you've seen tonight, but just not quite able to get over the line tonight. But I think going forward we've got something to build on now.
You have quite the resume, time with Rangers, Liverpool, Colorado Rapids in the MLS. What advice as a veteran have you given these guys to keep things positive?
Just keep doing what they're doing. Obviously, I came in off the back of the draw in Loudon, and we scored a late goal there to get a point. So that was obviously coming in with a good feeling. And then we win midweek. We took the lead early tonight, and I thought we were going to go on and finish the game off. We weren't able to do so, but I don't need to say too much to them. I think they know, that they've not performed as they should have so far this season. And I've just come in just to try and help things along, and hopefully in the last 2 games I've done that, and I want to do that between now and the end of the season.
How do you boost momentum over the next few days as you guys head on the road?
I think we need to rest and recover. It's been a lot of effort over the last couple of days. We'll have a game plan going into we've got two away games now. Away games are always difficult, different circumstances that you find yourselves in, different atmospheres to go and play in. So, we look forward to the games. Though I think, given the back of the 3 unbeaten now, we can look forward to the games with some positivity and try and keep this momentum going.
Danny, thanks so much.
Thank you,
guys.
All right, there's Danny Wilson. Fresh perspective from a guy who's been around and seen a lot of football.
Oh, 100%. I think he's just brought in so much experience in the back line, and you've seen that in the first 2 starts from him.
Well, and he has now kind of cemented himself as part of this Jacksonville defense moving forward. This, in essence, was the second game of the second half of the season for Sporting JAX. So even going back to the last game on July the 3rd, as has been mentioned, you look at the team's form and being able to convert draws to wins, losses to draws, that sort of thing. Today, you would have loved to come away with 3 points, but there is some positivity.
Yeah, and I think, like we talked about in the broadcast, it's those little moments that are changing the games for Sporting JAX. So it's just capitalizing on some of those opportunities late in the second half. And then again, first half, the momentum they had, carrying that on into the second half in games to come.
All right, we'll take time out. More to come from Hodges Stadium after a 2-2 draw, Sporting JAX and Brooklyn FC. Stick around. More to come right here on Channel 4.
For more than 150 years, Ascension St. Vincent's has delivered award-winning compassionate care across Northeast Florida with 4 hospitals, primary care offices, urgent care centers, and freestanding emergency departments throughout the region. From everyday wellness to advanced specialty care, including heart, cancer, orthopedics, brain and spine surgery, and women's health, we're here for you when you need us most. Get the care you count on, close to home. Learn more at ascension.org/St. Vincent's.
Make Honda of the Avenues your first stop for award-winning customer service and world-class Honda vehicles. Our inventory is larger than ever, which means we have the perfect Honda waiting for you. Plus, at Honda of the Avenues, we always put our customers first, making the car buying experience fun, fast, and easy. You'll always find great deals on our huge selection of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, all prepped and ready for a test drive. Come see just how different car buying can be at Honda of the Avenues today. Stop by or shop from home at HondaoftheAvenues.com. Proud sponsor of Sporting JAX.
All right, Donkey Bunky, you're gonna love these jammies I just got for you.
I just got cash back on all of this makeup.
You know we can use Price.com in store?
I just grabbed their shoes up and
Can't forget our protein powder.
Just a little something for you, babe.
You win.
Professional men's soccer is back in Jacksonville. Sporting JAX is competing nationally in the USL Championship, bringing world-class pro soccer back to the First Coast at UNF's Hodges Stadium. It's pro soccer that's pro JAX. Secure your seats now from just $10. Call 904-863-KICK or visit sportingjax.com. Secure your seats. Sporting JAX is back at home August 15th. Get your tickets now.
A 2-2 draw. Sporting JAX in Brooklyn for the second time this year here in Jacksonville. As you take a look at the downtown sports complex and some of the construction going on down there. Construction coming in the future for Sporting JAX near the St. John's Town Center at the center. Also, we have seen the addition of some key veteran players. You just heard from Danny Wilson a moment ago. Let's learn more about the former Scotland defender.
I was very fortunate to play for the clubs that I did, clubs with great history and great traditions, so feel very lucky to be a part of them.
At just 17 years old, Wilson made his first team debut with Rangers before earning a move to Liverpool. His career has since taken him across Europe and 6 seasons in the MLS, experiences he now brings to Sporting JAX.
Straight into it from like a young age, and you kind of think it's going to be like that all throughout your career, but you obviously have the good times and the hard times and stuff.
The move to Jacksonville wasn't just about soccer. Wilson says his family has embraced life in Northeast Florida, making the transition an easy one.
I've got 2 kids, so they keep me busy, so they're 8 and 10, so they're at a really fun age. So we like to have a pool by ours, so we spend most of our time there.
Now one of the most experienced players on Sporting JAX roster, Wilson hopes to help a young club find its footing.
I think it's a place with lots of opportunity, a lot of ambition and a lot of building to do. So like I say, I'm grateful to be part of it now, and hopefully I can help push the club on.
With a decorated career behind him and a new home in JAX, Wilson hopes his next chapter will help Sporting JAX build toward its future.
But I've got a lot of experience and information to try and pass on. I've noticed in the weeks that I've been here so far, the guys are quite keen on taking on that information, and I'll be there to help them as much as I possibly can. So anything they need, I'll be there for them, and if they don't need the information, I'll still be there trying to give them it.
Well, from Hodges Stadium, after Sporting JAX and Brooklyn FC battled to a 2-2 draw. We're back with more after this here on Channel 4.
All right, Tunky Punky, you're gonna love these jammies I just got for you.
I just got cash back on all of this makeup.
You know we can use Price.com in store?
I just grabbed those shoes I've been eyeing.
Can't forget our protein powder.
Just a little something for you, babe.
You win.
At ViStar Credit Union, we know life's a journey. Birthday parties turn to wedding parties. There are first steps and missteps. Just know ViStar is there with banking made for moments big and small. A home where a family grows, or that convertible for the open road. It's a journey we are on together. It's why we support hundreds of local nonprofits, volunteer throughout the Southeast, and simply care. ViStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better.
The weather keeps us on our toes. 1 minute it's sunny, the next minute, pop-up showers.
And that's why we plan for quick changes. Letting you know the exact minute you'll need a jacket, an umbrella, or some flip-flops.
Before things turn messy, with spot-on alerts wherever you are.
There are no surprises when you stay ready with the Weather Authority. Always watching, always tracking.
Once again, a 2-2 draw. Sporting JAX and Brooklyn FC here at Hodges Stadium. One more look at the highlights for those of you who have missed them so far. Second meeting of the season between these two sides, and Sporting JAX got off to a hot start. Adam Luckers, this is just how you like to start the game.
Oh, 100%. Great ball from Ty, and Emil does what he does, finishing that ball off, and gave a little shout-out to Ronaldo with a celebration.
Before the 10-minute mark, another opportunity for Sporting JAX here. And this is one where it kind of built all the way around, but Edgardo Rito, who was such a force when he was in there, put one on a platter, and Ahmad Al-Kak put it away. Real changing point in this game, I thought, was the injury to Rito.
100%. He was our player to watch, and he did what he does and changed our game.
Second half, Brooklyn finally started to grow into it a bit just before the hour mark. Save made by Maguire, and then let's take another look at it. Just minutes later, another opportunity for Brooklyn. It really came out with renewed vigor and a different tactical approach after the halftime break.
Yeah, in that second half, they were up for it, and this goal was just the start for them. Complete momentum shift.
The double flick-on header gets it past Jake Maguire. Take another look from behind the goal here. And, well, you can make a lot of cases, and you always can in a game, that one call can make a difference. This call certainly made the difference as Ryan Edwards called for the foul in the box. He can't believe it. We both thought he had a case to be made, but it went as a penalty and the PK for McNamara, and that is how things ended. A 2-2 draw. Sporting JAX and Brooklyn FC for the second time this year. When we talked during the game about how important 3 points would be for one of these sides, what does Sporting JAX now do with this draw, with this result, as they look forward to a couple of games away?
Yeah, I think it's just building off the last three. I think being undefeated in 3 is something, so it's building on that and taking the confidence from the last couple games into the next few.
You can always find some positives when you're getting some results, and for the last 3 games, Sporting JAX has, maybe not exactly the results they wanted, hoped for. The Loudoun game, coming back late and getting the goal was big. Terrific performance against Pittsburgh, and then what we saw tonight. There are steps that are moving forward here for Sporting JAX in their first year in the USL Championship, taking on another first-year club tonight in Brooklyn FC. We'll see how it all moves forward. We also want to remind you that the women's team is getting set to kick off in just over a month as the Sporting JAX women's side of the Gainbridge Super League coming off a trip over to England and Wales where they played with Newcastle and also Wrexham. Women's season tickets are available now. First home match August the 22nd. Call 904-863-KICK. Visit sportingjax.com, or you can scan that QR code for tickets. Next home game for the men doesn't come up until August the 15th as they'll take on Indy 11 in that one. And again, for tickets, you can use that QR code or go to sportingjax.com or call 904-863-KICK. That'll do it for us here in Hodges Stadium as Sporting JAX and Brooklyn FC share the points in a 2-2 draw. My thanks to Emerson Burris and Adam Luckhurst filling in a pinch. Good job.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm Cole Pepper. Thanks for joining us here with Sporting JAX Soccer on Channel 4. We'll talk to you next time.